basic needs of children, or humans for that matter, have not changed. They have survival needs that need to be met. They need food, they need to sleep, they need shelter, they need to feel loved, that they belong, that they are cared for by an adult who's in charge of them. At CSA, children's growth and development is honored and respected by allowing them to move at their own pace. This is pretty amazing when we live in a world that demands our students to move faster, quicker, learn this on an instant. Childhood becomes a sprint, and at CSA, we believe it's a journey that takes time and deserves extreme care. We allow our students to move at their own pace, to enjoy the learning process, to master the skills and content they need to be successful. CSA recognizes that childhood is a critical time in human development, and it should not be rushed.
CSA is unique because we have a warm, caring environment in which we have high expectations for our students. We foster relationships with our students and their parents and have a very strong parent partnership. We have very small student-to-teacher ratios in all of our classrooms. And our students wear uniforms, which also adds to the uniqueness of our district. We utilize research-based best instructional practices throughout our district. And our students are provided the opportunity to achieve mastery at their own pace, and they do achieve mastery in all areas of the curriculum. There are many benefits to team teaching at CSA. The first, in my mind, is the relationships that develop between the teachers and their students. Much like having two parents at home, there are two teachers in the classroom, which allows us to have a variety of different methods for teaching students every day in the classroom, from one teacher leading the whole group and the other supporting what's happening, to the teachers meeting with small groups in instruction based on the needs of the students, and also provides opportunities for teachers to work individually with students as needed, thus providing with a differentiated learning experience for all of our students day in and day out.
The first thing that you're going to do is get out your tens bar like this, and you're going to put
Students are able to thrive at CSA not only because they can move at their own pace, but because of our high expectations. We know our students come to us with rich intellectual lives. It's why they're always asking why they're posing questions, why they're curious about the world. Our job is to tap into their innate curiosity for the world around them and ignite it further by providing them with rich experiences that will unlock their true potential.
With our young students, we look to the experts. People like Maria Montessori, Reggio Emilia, the High Scope Foundation, Piaget, William Glasser, and Carol Dweck. And from these experts and their research, we've developed what we call the CSA Way. The CSA Way is rooted in 5 core philosophies: teaching to the whole child, the developmental approach, continuous progress mastery learning, high expectations, and internal motivation psychology. When we talk about teaching to the whole child, we know that there is far more that shows up to our school than just a brain. There is a whole child that shows up to school. And it is our job as educators to nurture the whole child. So when we look at children, we're looking at their social and emotional development. We're looking at their cognitive and academic development, their character and moral development, and their physical and sensory development. We have to. When you look at 5 to 10-year-old people, there's a whole lot of development going on, and we'd be doing a huge disservice if we only focused in on one piece. We honor the whole child by taking our developmental approach, which again means that we are very knowledgeable on the developmental characteristics of the kids that we work with. And we design our instruction to be commensurate with that developmental readiness. And through our process of continuous progress mastery learning, children are allowed to move at their own pace. No longer does their age and grade drive their instruction, but rather we use what we know about the child. We use assessment, and we figure out where exactly are they at, and we move them forward. On our final philosophies, high expectations and internal motivation psychology. High expectations, there is so much research and education about you get what you expect. And we expect a whole lot from our students because we know they can do it. Our understanding of high expectations is rooted in 2 core beliefs. 1, all kids are good, And 2, all kids have unlimited potential to learn. And when you operate from that mindset, your whole approach to teaching, your interactions with students is completely transformed. And that's where internal motivation psychology, our final philosophy, comes in. With internal motivation psychology, we are looking at what motivates kids, what gets them excited to learn. Most schools use external motivation psychology, which is a series of rewards and punishments to control kids. That model or that psychology comes from believing that kids don't come to school wanting to learn, and we just don't buy that at CSA. We believe all kids want to learn. Now, they don't always want to learn what you want to teach them. We know that as parents and as educators. But at CSA, we see the art and science of teaching as finding out what gets them excited. What are they passionate about? Making sure the work is not too hard or too easy, that it's developmentally appropriate, it's engaging, it's relevant, they have some choice, and most importantly, above all else, they have a solid relationship with their teacher. We know that the greatest tool a teacher has is their relationship. That is our formula for success at CSA. If you put all of those things together, kids want to learn, kids will learn, kids are excited to come to school.
Just like there's a lot more to me than just being a teacher, there's a lot more to a student than just the academics. They need to have movement in their day. The physical and the sensory aspect is really, really big. The social and the emotional piece is really big too. I get parents that a lot of times when there's a new situation that a student hasn't encountered before, they'll say, I know this isn't your job. Well, yes, it is. This is our job to teach them how to work together, how to get along with other people and function in the greater world. And a lot of times those situations happen in the classroom in a way that they can't happen at home or other things that they're a part of. And so for me, it's really important to honor all of those aspects of a student, and their learning is so much more than just what's in the books or on a paper. Yes, that's important, but it's all of it. And sometimes those other pieces, you have to get through those layers in order to get to the academics.
In a world where we're asking kids to grow up too fast, here at CSA, we want kids to be kids first and foremost. We honor their development, and we want to meet the same expectations as everyone else, but we want them to be kids, and I think that's super special.
My favorite thing about teaching at CSA is just sparking that joy in learning and creating that wonderment and awe, and creating a love of learning that will carry them through the rest of their lives.
Parents should choose CSA because their kids will be happy when they come to school here, and their kids will perform at a high level. That's what our program is all about, a safe place to grow and learn, to grow and be happy, and to learn at high levels.
I have been with the district since the very beginning. I often get asked what I enjoy the most about CSA, and my answer is always the same. It's the collaboration. It's the collaboration between staff and the collaboration that we have with our families that makes us truly unique.
Currently, I am in my 16th year as an educator at CSA. What brings me back year after year after year is the fact that I have strong relationships with my students, with their families, and with my colleagues. And every single day, I feel like I have the opportunity to make a difference in the life of a kid.
We set the bar from the get-go regarding academic intellectual capabilities for our kids, and it's at 80% mastery throughout the district. So there's no option to do the C's, get degrees, and to just sneak by. We expect at least an 80% in all the academic and intellectual outputs that the kids provide to us. In addition to that, I've been at a different charter school, and I've also been at a public school, in fact, New York City public schools, and they are the antithesis of high expectations. So as far as character is concerned, we don't have locks on our lockers because we expect students to rise to the occasion and respect others' belongings, and it's truly a safe place to grow and learn when you have these high expectations set for the kids.
We have a smart character choice program. We teach values to our students. We ask students to reflect on their experience at our school and build on those traits of optimism and respect and responsibility, which I think are key for our students as they journey through our district and prepare themselves for college and the adult world. Our kids have an optimistic, they believe that the world is good. They know what responsibility is and how to take responsibility for their work. They're reflective. And that plays out in an excellent experience for our students.
Well, it's a very unique experience here. It's very small class size. You get a lot of opportunities here. I remember even in elementary school doing presentations in front of the whole class. They put you in situations where you're going to be successful in life, and they teach you those things from the very beginning. So I've been here since kindergarten, and I've been through a lot, but CSA has really helped me. Next year, I'll be attending the United States Military Academy at West Point.
Mastery learning for me in high school was it was not a chance of like, oh, I didn't do this assignment, like, oh, I'll do it later. Mastery learning is really just making sure you understand the material. And that's definitely something that's really important, because going off to college, when you're building on so many subject areas, and you're in math, for example, you have to really know the concepts beforehand. And if you didn't fully master them, then moving on is almost impossible. The University of Michigan is definitely it's a very hard institution, but at the same time, I felt like junior and senior year taking a few AP classes, it definitely did give me a taste of college, and I definitely felt like I was prepared at least. Yeah, it's still been difficult while I've been there, although I feel like I've been able to do good thanks to the education I was given previously.
The one thing that I notice about the school, and that keeps me coming back and back, the focus is on the children. You can just tell when you walk in, people are thinking about my kids as individuals, the class as a group, and things are moving behind the scenes that are helping these kids thrive.
My children are unique and they all have their own personalities, and I feel that at our previous school, there was a lot of peer pressure to fit in a box. And they weren't able to truly blossom into their individual personalities. And here at CSA, they have grown into people that I didn't even know existed. And it's truly their true selves.
The teachers make the kids feel so welcome, so loved, then they create this loving environment. And even if your child is shy, even if your child doesn't feel that comfortable in louder or bigger environments, they finally do. They finally get accepted, they feel accepted and loved.
We feel like we have a huge extended family with the people here, from the administration to the teachers to the kids in the classroom and their parents. We feel every time we walk in here that we're loved, and we love being a part of it.